Hey guys, it's Corbin. Happy 2018 for everybody who saw the first two videos, which were posted at the very end of 2017. And welcome to the channel for everybody who was brand new. Like I said before, my name is Corbin. I'm 26 years old, genderqueer, FTM. So, by the way, guys, I don't know how long I'm going to do that introduction. It is quite long-winded. But I wanted to say hey to everybody and see how everybody is doing before I get into today's topic. Now, I'm going to let you guys know right now before I start, if you see me looking down most of the time like I keep doing, it is because I have everything written down. I wanted to try and get it all laid out and nice and concise for you guys so that it all made sense. So forgive me for not looking at you guys. I understand that is a little bit impersonal, but I want to make sure you guys get the best and the most accurate information at all times. So, well, the most accurate information to the best of my abilities at all times. So, today's video is going to be about different prosthetic companies, the four most well-known prosthetic companies in the community, in our community. And it is going to cover topics such as customer service, customization, business etiquette of the company, of the owners, and time from the time you place your order to the time you receive your order. Now, I need to add a little disclaimer. I have researched these companies. I have only ever purchased prosthetics from one of these companies. However, I have done my personal research on all four companies. I've also polled approximately 200 different trans guys on different social media platforms for their thoughts and their reviews on each company and on those four different sections of the video that I'm going to cover. And I have personally spoken to about 50 different trans men, whether it is spoken to them in person, over the telephone, or via email and via social media to gather their thoughts. So, all of the information that I have here, I tried to make it as clear and concise as possible, as it is information from my own limited experience, my own research, and then the research and the experience of other trans men in the community. Now, what I plan on doing in the future, at some point in the future, I plan on having at least one product from each of these companies. Whether they're all a bunch of STPs, whether they're all a bunch of Packers, whether they're all just a bunch of 4-in-1s, 3-in-1s, whatever you want to call it, pack and plays. I plan on having at least one product from each of these companies that I can review in their own individual video and review things like look and feel and aesthetics and believability and things like that. For the purposes of this video, however, I am only covering customer service, customization of the product, business etiquette of the business and of its owners, and the time that it takes from the time you place your order to the time you receive your order. The four companies that I am going to cover are Freetime Prosthetics, or Freedom, however you pronounce that, FTM Connect LLC, Peacock Products, and Emisil. Those are the four most well-known prosthetic companies in the FTM community. So I'm going to review those four companies. Now, before I get started with these reviews, I need to give you guys a little bit of information. So many people gave me so much saying, oh, well, I expected to get my product this day. I expected to get it this day. It was supposed to be here after X amount of weeks, things like that, and they didn't get it. Now, for a few of these companies, the lesser expensive ones, and that would be FTM Connect LLC and Freetime Prosthetics, those companies, FTM is owned by one guy, owned and operated by one gentleman. Freetime Prosthetics is owned by one gentleman. It's operated by, I think, 3 or 4 people. Those two are smaller companies. They don't have huge production lines. They don't have a whole bunch of resources like other big companies have. So, what I need you guys to understand before I go into this video, even if you have preset molds that you've already made, right? For each color, for each type of custom, you have to make a new mold for that. Every company has to make a new mold for each product and each new customized thing. You have to. It won't work if you don't. So what ends up happening is this. Even if you have your molds already made, molds are set, plaster casted, all of these things, it takes approximately 1 hour to make one prosthetic. So if you have a smaller company, a company that is owned by one person, an LLC, or a company that is a smaller incorporation that is owned by one, operated by a few, what you end up with, say they get 300 orders in one day. One order, one prosthetic, takes 60 minutes to make, right? So 1 hour. You get 300 orders in that one day. That automatically takes 300 hours on top of all the work you have to do, simply because one order takes 1 hour. So I need you guys to understand, some of the smaller companies are not going to be able to get you your products as quickly. It won't be as expedited as you want it to be, simply because they are owned by one person and either operated by one person or operated by 3 or 4 people. That's a lot of work for 3 or 4 people to fill molds, to pull it out of the mold, to cut it properly, to make sure everything works, and then to do quality control and quality assurance testing before they can even move forward and sell it and mail it out to you guys. Just wanted to lay that out there so that everybody has that in the back of their mind. So now that we know all this information, let's get started. Like I said, the first company that I'm going to review is FTM Connect LLC. This is a one-man operation. He owns this company and he does all of the prosthetics himself. So it's just him. The owner of this company goes by Benson Davis or Ben Johnson. I'm not really sure what that's about. Maybe I'll ask him one day. But like I said, it's a one-man operation. He has 2 different websites that he operates off of, and those are ftmconnect.net or stp.ninja. And his prices range from $39 to $250. That's a nice range. So, for customer service, the majority of people say that customer service with him could be better. They have had issues hearing back from him in emails and Facebook Messenger. I can attest to this myself. While he is easy to get in touch with if you post on his page, if you send him an email or if you send him a private message in Facebook Messenger, it is difficult to get in touch with him. I don't know if it's because he doesn't check his email or his Facebook Messenger often. I don't know if it's because he's doing a whole bunch of work with other things. I have no idea. But it was difficult getting in touch with him. I was originally going to order products from him first, and I couldn't get in touch with him to kind of ask my questions and things like that. So I decided not to order from him first. So onto customization of the product. For $50 extra, there is a custom color option. He does say if you want something closer to your skin color, send him a photo of the back of your hand or your forearm in different lights, things like that, so that he can get a real feel for what your skin color is and try and match it as best as he can. Like I said, one-man operation. It's going to take a little extra time because it's a little extra work. He does not offer a pink tip option. A lot of people like the pink tip option. They say it looks more real, things like that. Me personally, I don't want a pink tip, but he does not offer the pink tip option anymore. Business etiquette. From what I have heard from other people and what I have seen myself in following him on social media, in watching his videos on YouTube, things like that, and also from what I know as running a small business, as having a small business of my own, your professionalism and your business appearance is everything. That being said, if your customers see you playing tit for tat with other companies, if your customers see you going back and forth with people, with different individuals online, sure, you're going to have a strong fan base. You're going to have a lot of young people following you, but people who have been around for a while, people who know business, people who know how business operates, they're not going to follow you for too long, and they're certainly not going to buy your products, because that right there is being a shoddy businessman. Now, I understand it is frustrating being a one-man operation. It is frustrating trying to do everything yourself. And then you have people, as you call them, haters, you know, who say, oh, Benson could be doing this, that, and the third. I don't knock you for being upset. It is easy to get upset, and it's okay because humans get upset. What I will say, take that negativity, turn it into positive business press. How do you do that? People say Benson's a dick. Well, turn that into positive marketing. People call you Dick Benson. Get you some t-shirts made. Benson is a dick. Advertise yourself. Things like that. But use their negativity, the same names they call you, and flip it on its head so that it can be positive advertisement for you. That is how you grow your business. Don't go back and forth with them. Please don't. Because I respect what you do, man. You're helping the brothers out. You're helping us, you know, and I respect what you do as a small business owner. But I'll quickly lose respect for you as a small business owner to another small business owner. I will quickly lose respect for you when you're going back and forth with people about, oh, well, he said that and he said that and this person called me this and this person called me that. Don't do that, man. Don't feed into their hype. That's what they want. So that's what I have to say about business etiquette. Time it takes from the time you place your order to the time you get it. On his website, his FAQ says that it will take him 3 months tops, and that's pretty standard. Like I said, it takes 1 hour to make one prosthetic. So that's pretty standard. If you're one person and you got 300 orders, that's 300 hours. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of orders. That's a lot of things going back and forth that you have to keep straight. And then once the order is done, you got to make sure everything stays organized so you can package it and ship it to the correct person. So I say 3 months is pretty standard. I think that's a pretty decent time frame, you know. Some people don't like to wait. I get it. Like, dude, I'm waiting for mine to come in right now, and I'm so anxious because I'm like, yo, I need my peen, yo. Like, I need this. Like, this is who I am. This is another piece of my gender expression, and I need it. And I get that. I get the need, guys. But you have to take into consideration he's one man doing it on his own. So when I talk to other people, other trans guys, some say that it comes sooner, some say that it comes later. But like I said, you have to take into consideration how long it takes to make one of these products and then get it out to people. Their Better Business Bureau grade is an F, and I don't lean too heavily on that grade simply because I know that they're graded that way because people complain about, oh, it took longer to get my product. Let them complain. That grade doesn't mean much. Some people like to know it. It is what it is. That's why I included it. They're an American-based company, so they have a Better Business Bureau rating. The next company is Freetom Prosthetics or Freedom Prosthetics. They are from freedomprosthetics.com, FREETOM, prosthetics.com. Their prices for their base prices range from $39 to $180. So that's literally right behind FTM Connect. Their owner's name is Dominic Atilano. Please forgive me if I said your name wrong, buddy. I'm so sorry. I'm not wearing glasses, nor am I good with names. But he is Dominic. You can find him on social media, things like that. As far as his customer service is concerned, the same things I heard about FTM Connect are the same things that I hear about Freedom Prosthetics. As a customer of Freedom Prosthetics myself, like I said, I'm waiting for my packer. Actually, it's a 4-in-1, so I'm waiting for it. And, you know, getting in touch with him, emailing him, things like that. It was a little bit easier to get in touch with him. Like I said, I suspect that's only because he's the one who owns the business, but he also has 3 or 4 employees, so he has a little bit of help. So it was a little bit easier to get in touch with him. Not much, but it was a little bit easier to get in touch with him. Customization of the product. They have many more options for customizations for their 4-in-1s, but it's not an added feature. You can't put it on separately in your shopping cart. It's just you have to go to the 4-in-1s, you go to Painted Prosthetics, and that's the Paint Plus upgrade. And what you see is what you get. But he offers it. Their business etiquette, I say the same thing to Freedom Prosthetics that I say to FTM Connect, because those are the two companies that I see going back and forth. I understand the history behind it. I'm not going to get into the history right now between those two companies. I understand the history behind it. I get it. Trust me, I'm a small business owner myself, and I have competition in the same way. But take that negative energy, take that competition, and use it to better yourself as a business, which I can say I have to give Freedom Prosthetics a thumbs up on this one, because they caught wind of that and they've started doing it. So good job to you, Dominic, for doing that already. You picked up on it early and you're doing it, so good job. And their time, from the time you place the order to the time you get your order, on his FAQ, it says he ships within 2 to 4 business days, because they no longer make custom products by the order. Because like I said, you have to create a whole new mold and things like that. They have their painted prosthetics and they have their basic prosthetics, and you order based off of that. But all of the products are already made. They no longer make made-to-order prosthetics, and that's okay, because it cuts down on their shipping time. Not their shipping time, their creation time. It cuts down on their production time. That's the word I'm looking for. Cuts down on their production time, and that is wonderful. It ships within 2 to 4 business days. I can say my prosthetic was ordered the middle of last week. Probably a day or two after Christmas, my prosthetic was ordered, and actually it was about Thursday. It was last Thursday or so my prosthetic was ordered, and I got an email last night actually, Monday night, I got an email saying that my prosthetic had been completed and the shipping label was printed and it was ready to ship. So that's pretty quick. I'm really glad that that is working out. Also, their Better Business Bureau rating was also an F, but again, it's the same thing as far as customer service is concerned. Moving on to the next company. The next company is Peacock Products. You can find them at peacockproducts.com. They do not have a Better Business Bureau rating because they're based out of Singapore. They call them US friends, and that's rodeo, but they are based out of Singapore. Their prices range from $169 to $199, and that is just for a basic prosthetic. While the prosthetics between Peacock and Freetime look slightly similar, you can notice some differences very easily noticeable. Forgive me, guys, I get tongue-tied, sorry. Their prices do increase based on the different pleasure kits and pleasure rods that they have available for their prosthetics. You can find out so much more about those on their website. Their customer service, like I said, it's Singapore. They're based out of Singapore, so it takes a little bit longer to hear back from them, simply just because of, the time difference in international companies and things like that. But they do get back to you pretty soon. Again, Peacock Prosthetics is a much bigger company than the first two I mentioned. So they have more people, they have more resources, they can get back to you sooner. So they do, but they do get back to you quite soon, and they are very friendly with their customer service. Very polite, very respectful. They do not, under customization, they do not offer custom color options so far that I've seen, and when I've heard from other people, they did not mention anything about a custom color option. So that is one thing to think about. But they do have five or six different color options that you can choose from just as a basic color. But they don't have color upgrades like pink tip and things like that. Their business etiquette is fabulous. Like I said, they're a bigger company. They've been doing this for some time now. When I first started transitioning back in 2010, when I first really started researching this and looking into it and doing what I had to do, they were one of the first companies I came across, and that was back in 2010. And Freedom Prosthetics and FTM Connect, I've only heard about them in the last couple years. So Peacock has had some time to get their stuff together, and they're doing pretty good. The time that it takes from the time you place your order to the time you receive your order, they say that it is shipped within 48 hours of the funds being transferred to them. So if the funds get transferred to them Friday night, Saturday and Sunday are typically not business days, so it'll be ready to ship Monday or Tuesday. All of their products are ready-made. It's just what takes the longest is the product coming from Singapore. So again, it has to go through customs, it has to go through international shipping. And then once it gets to the United States, depending on the shipping method that you chose, will determine how long it's going to take to get from wherever it was delivered in the United States to you. So that is something that you have to look into. And the final company is MSL. Again, MSL does not have a Better Business Bureau listing because they are not located in America. They are part of the European Union, so they are overseas as well. Their prices range from $92 to $536. Yeah, big price jump. However, from knowing people who own MSL products, from feeling MSL products, just from knowing people who own them, from seeing them myself, I have to say, MSL products, and again, I didn't include Real Magic. Please forgive me, guys. That'll be on another video. But MSL products are some of the most realistic. They are handmade, hand-punched hair. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. I love the way they look. I just don't have the money for one right now. Their customization options are the same as Peacock. They don't have many custom color options. Again, because they're overseas, they are a mass-produced company. You can order custom-made products. It'll take very long to get it. Again, they have to make a new mold and things like that. But you can order a custom-made product. They just don't have prices listed for it online. Their customer service is the same as Peacock. I emailed them a couple times just to find out some different things about their product. I emailed someone who I know who works alongside the company, who does bulk shipping and gets it and places orders, things like that. And they are quite good with getting back in touch with people. Again, it's just a thing of they're international. So you have to keep in mind the time difference, the international shipping difference, things like that. Their business etiquette, again, they've been around for not forever, but a really long time. They're a big company. Their customer service is fabulous. Their business etiquette is fabulous. You're not going to really see them arguing with Peacock or one of these smaller companies. You're just not going to see it. This is not something that happens. And the time it takes to get your product, they say on their FAQs, it takes from 2 to 3 weeks to prepare it, and then your delivery time, like I said, depends on your shipping method. So, overall, after researching these 4 companies, after finding out all of the information that I found out, putting it into a concise list, I can say this. It appears to me, most younger guys, most young FTM brothers, most newer FTM brothers, I noticed that they gravitate towards FTM Connect, and that is because his pricing is fabulous. It is geared for people who are younger, who can't afford big pricey things, who might even still be in high school and just can't get it because of their parents and things like that. That is what his pricing is geared towards. He knows his audience and he sells to them well. The other companies, like I said, they go up in price. Each company that I listed, it goes up in price like that. I can't really say this product sucks, that product sucks, this company sucks, that company sucks, simply because after emailing each one of these companies, getting background information from each one of these companies, speaking to each one of these companies, I can only tell you which companies it took longer to hear back from, which companies used a more business language when they communicated with me versus which companies were more informal. And which companies just got down to the brass tacks of it and said, this is what it is. So that is what I wanted to give you guys tonight. I just want to give you guys some information to think about for these different companies when you're going out there and trying to choose which company to get your prosthetic from. Don't just watch people's YouTube videos and their reactions to what they think when it comes out the box. Because one thing you're going to notice, and this is how I felt, when you open up that box for the first time and you see this prosthetic that you have wanted for so long for the first time, immediately you start smiling. Simply because you know this is a piece of me that I wanted for a really long time and I'm finally getting it. But don't just take someone's review because they're angry at another person. Don't take somebody's review because, oh, they don't do this, blah, 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 blah. No. And don't even take my word for it. Do your own research, find out about these companies just like I did, talk to other people, find out what they say about these companies just like I did, and then make your final decision. All right, guys, that's all I have for you tonight. I realized this video was a little bit longer. Please forgive me for the time on this video, but you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you again later this week. All right, love you much.